This week on Worldwide Gaming, it's Japanisode.
We take you on a TGS booth tour. Check out the top 10 things we've seen in Japan. Find out what Ryan thinks of The Evil Within. And a look inside the TGS Playstation VIP area.
Hello and welcome to Worldwide Gaming. I'm your host Ryan and I'm here all alone in Japan, which, isn't a bad place to be stranded, but I'm here for Tokyo Game Show 2014, and today we're going to have our second ever Japanisode. In it, we're going to show you a lot from, around the convention halls. We're going to show you a lot of games. We're also going to show you a lot of what's around Japan, just not at the convention center. So with that in mind, the first thing we're going to do is take you on a little bit of booth tour and try and convey what it's like to be on the show floor at a convention like this. So let's go check it out. Okay, so now we're at the Capcom booth, and you might see that sign behind me and be a little bit confused. Resident Evil in Japan is actually called Biohazard, which is a much better name, let's face it. They also do The Evil Within, which is called Psycho Break here, and once again, such a better name, but I don't know why it's called The Evil Within over here. But this one is Biohazard Revelation 2, the sequel to the game that was first on 3DS, and it must have been so popular, they ported it to the 360, so this is obviously the sequel. You can see that they're actually making a remake of the first Resident Evil. So here is a HD remaster. You can see the awesome statue that they have, and also some of the weapons just there, like really cool. So as we come up on the EA booth, you can see the big FIFA banner. They have a few soccer balls and memorabilia like they usually do. The bigger thing though is Battlefield Hardline, and I learned that Battlefield Hardline, or Battlefield in general, is very popular over here, which I wasn't really expecting, but apparently it's EA's biggest franchise over here. Like always, they have a giant booth, there's a bunch of PCs, guys playing. Every time they get a new group playing, there's a big show about it, lights, there's a truck there that catches on fire during it, or it's smoke, but catches on fire, and then there's, you got the guards out the front with their weapons. Yeah, so that's EA. So it wouldn't be a Japan gaming convention without Monster Hunter. Right behind me is Monster Hunter 4G. There's statues, there's photo taking opportunities with cosplay people. You can play it. I just feel bad for whoever's next to them, because come the public days, there is literally going to be hundreds of thousands of people wanting to see that game. And now we're at the Sony booth. It's no secret that the Sony booth will be one of the biggest booths at TGS. My most anticipated game, we've got Bloodborne right here, which I'm really looking forward to. Haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I'm definitely going to get in there. Also at the PlayStation booth, just across the road, giant mech from Earth Defense Forces 4.1. So here we are at the Konami booth. It's really nice to see that they actually brought their A game this time. At E3 and Gamescom, their presence was a little lacking, let's say, but now they've gone all out. There's giant screens, there's presentations. Right now there's a presentation on PT. I'm going to admit I haven't played it because, it's PT. It's rumored to be the next Silent Hill, or Silent Hills. They actually showed a new Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer before, and it was awesome. And actually on the other side, there's a few other games that I actually haven't heard of. One that I can't pronounce because I can't read it. The other one is actually Pro Evolution Soccer, otherwise known here as Win in 11. So here we are at the Square Enix booth. The first thing you're going to notice is it's kind of weird. Square Enix is actually doing a lot more Western games for the Japan audience. You can see behind me we've got Call of Duty. They're also doing stuff like Diablo 3, Far Cry 4, Assassin's Creed. But that's not all they're doing. If you follow me, there's actually a few games we can look at. So head over. So here's where they're showing their actual games. Kingdom Hearts HD 2 Remix. Unfortunately, there's no word on Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 15 just yet, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully we can expect that next year. You also got Bravely Second, Dragon Quest, which was insanely popular with this audience. So that's Square Enix, so let's have a look at some others. So no convention would be complete without a trip to our wargaming buddies here. Last year we saw them and they were just releasing Girl and Panzer and also World of Tanks. They were trying to get into this market. And it looks like they've done well for themselves, so that's good to see. As always, they have giant tanks in their booth, which is pretty cool. This one is actually artillery from World of War ships. And as always, their booth is filled with bright lights, big TVs, and flashy colors. It's like we never left. And here we are at our last stop, the Xbox booth at TGS 2014, which just came out. The Xbox One came out less than a month ago. So they're really pushing hard for all their games.